good to see ya. Come here often? No? Well, you should. I might just tell you something you didn't already know, or you haven't really thought about, as it pertains to marketing and social media. Oh, and by the way, I'm super adorable. My name is Jennifer Bennett, and I am the art director here at Reformation Productions, a full-service marketing agency located in sunny, leaf-covered Buford, Georgia. And this is Marketing with the Misses. At Reformation Productions, I either create social media content or I oversee all of the social media management that happens for all of our clients and for ourselves. So it's important that I stay up to date with all that is new and sometimes improved with the popular social media platforms. Now today, I'm going to talk about Facebook. Have you noticed any changes with your Facebook lately? Facebook is making a lot of changes and has already rolled out a lot of those changes to a select beta testing group. I, evidently, am one of these. They want my 2 cents, and so I will give it, but I will also give it to you as well. So, here are my 2 cents, along with some of the changes that you should be able to expect to find in early 2021. First of all, the design interface is going to be very different, yet very familiar at the same time. If you are familiar at all with Twitter, then yeah, it appears as though Facebook has once again borrowed something from another platform, because it looks a lot like Twitter, but like a busier looking, multicolored play school version of Twitter. You know, like if Facebook slid a $100 bill under a Twitter designer's door and voila, Twitter book. But it's not exactly the same. It's more colorful, since all the icons are different colors as opposed to Twitter's more monochromatic approach. And you now have the choice to view your Facebook in dark mode. Now this inverts the white background to a dark gray, which is so much easier on the eyes. I actually think it's a cool feature since I stare at screens all day. Oh, and speaking of Twitter, people have been blowing up the Twitter, expressing their displeasure with the new look and usability of the new Facebook interface. You know, people really hate change. Some are confused by the new appearance and functionality. Some are frustrated by the fact that Facebook keeps changing things every 5 seconds. And others are threatening to rage quit Facebook altogether, as people often do. Normally, I would just roll my eyes here and remind everyone that Facebook is king and that people will learn to adapt and that everything will just be okay. But other social platforms are retooling their algorithms, locking down their security features, and providing ways for businesses to get more involved and make more money. So Facebook better keep their eyes open, because competition has finally started in the marketplace with TikTok and Snapchat and even LinkedIn. LinkedIn has decided to add new features to their platform to make doing business, especially for B2Bs, a lot easier than it's ever been. So look out, Facebook, you ain't the only game in town anymore. So, aside from the Fisher-Price look of the new Facebook, Facebook has also done an overhaul on its algorithm. There's been a ton of talk about Apple's iOS 14 update and the changes that will follow. But aside from that, let's talk about what's going to impact you as a business owner. There are some changes and new features that Facebook is hoping will entice you to stay. Some good, some problematic. Let's start with the problematic. Facebook is deleting over 1,000 of their previously existing consumer targeting options, many of which advertisers are currently using. Now, before you freak out, the reasoning actually makes sense. They're deleting redundant keywords or the ones that are consistently underperforming. So really, it shouldn't be a bad thing, unless you're using one of these keywords. So in which case, I encourage you to pop on your Facebook ad page and double check. Now, Facebook realizes that some of these latest changes could negatively impact advertisers. So it has decided to smooth things over by offering a new way to partner and make money on the platform. Several ways. In fact, Facebook has decided to throw groups a bone this next year by expanding the Brand Collabs Manager to include public groups. This is part of the influencer marketing. So if you're engaged in this, some positive changes are coming here. Facebook will play matchmaker and pair groups up with brands that may fit within their cause. And now, Facebook group admins will have the opportunity to earn money for creating branded content. Businesses will also now have an ad limit. This is new and in place to protect against saturation and undue influence. You may have noticed already that Pages has been changed to Business Suite. The app icon looks completely different, so if you're looking for the little orange flag, you won't find it. And I have to admit that the first time that I noticed it, I thought that Apple had snuck in an app that I didn't download. Freak out. Anyway, the icon is a blue-green clock type thing. Weird, but not panic-worthy. The reason for the change is to put Facebook and Instagram business pages in one place, one platform to make things easier. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda hate it. I hate leaving one platform just to go to another and with no way to pop back over to my personal page, but I digress. Now, Facebook Watch is adding exclusion and preference options for pre-roll ads. Oh, and Facebook has added a new way for businesses to cash in on seminars and other online events by offering the opportunity to host pay-for online events. Paid for, managed, and hosted all through your business page. There have also been advancements in the ability for businesses to self-identify as Black-owned, among other diversity categories, so that users can more easily find them using businesses nearby. The businesses nearby feature. For those of you with Facebook Shops, they are adding new promotion integration options. And coming new to next year, they are adding something called Facebook Neighborhoods. Now, Facebook has once again might be borrowing the concept from something called Nextdoor. Now, this may help a bit with targeting. More to come on that in the upcoming months. And of course, the worst news of all, they are again lowering the organic reach of business pages. But this certainly does not mean that you should stop publishing organic content. Facebook expects you to update your page with frequent posts. Facebook's really big on the reward for participation model of social media sports. Show up and play, guys. There's a trophy in it for you. This brings me to my last big point of the day. With more censorship privileges creeping into Facebook's terms of service, remember that you don't own anything on Facebook. It is a great tool to organize your company photos and videos and communicate with your consumer base. But know that Facebook can and will block others from seeing it if their little robots feel that you have violated their terms in any way. How many of you have found yourselves in Facebook jail before? Being locked out of your own business page can be very scary and detrimental. But luckily, they do offer an easy way to download your content off Facebook and onto other cloud-based platforms, and you should give that some consideration, at least as a backup. Now, this is especially critical for those of you that use Facebook as your company website, which is a total no-no, and you know who you are. Please be careful not to put all of your eggs in one Zucker basket. Now, I know that I blasted through a bunch of things today without too much detail, but fear not. I will be discussing more on all of these changes in an upcoming episode of Straight Shot Marketing Podcast. We're on all major streaming platforms, so keep your eyes peeled for it. Or you can sign up for my lovely husband Zachary's speaking engagement that's sponsored by Score on December 12th. He'll be discussing all things Facebook and LinkedIn. I'll put a link below and in the comments somewhere. Well, have fun with the new Facebook, guys. Let me know if you're able to see the design changes and what you think about them. If you don't see them yet, you'll get them soon enough. If you need me, I'll be hanging out on YouTube at marketingwiththemisses.com. Pop over and say hi. And while you're there, please give me a like and subscribe. Heaven knows I have more to tell you, and I just don't want you to miss a thing. Have a wonderful week, and until we can meet in person, stay healthy, stay productive, and get back to work. Bye.